I've said it for several weeks now. There is a very clear intent to escalate this conflict between the United States and Venezuela. As it says here, Trump declares airspace above Venezuela is to be closed entirely as he ramps up lethal strikes. I've been telling you guys for a while, this is not just a little bit of saber rattling. No, there's a clear intention here to either have a very quick regime change or a long-lasting war of the typical neocon kind. The idea being you start a war with a disparity of force against a country that is not entirely a threat but has maximum benefits. Benefits here are very clear. You have a very quick regime change. Okay, you have someone that's going to be aligned with your interests in the United States. That's a win, no doubt, no question about that. Well, and not only that, you have a country that's the largest reserve of oil in the world in your backyard, very close. Another option is a long-lasting conflict, again, typical of what the United States would usually go for. Not starting war with Russia or China, right? That's just not the kind of thing. But with a disparity of force, minimal risk, maximum benefit. And if it's something that ends up becoming more like boots on the ground, several strikes, one of these 5-10-year wars, well, all the better. For those that make money out of war, this is exactly what they do. So I'm not going to judge anyone here in terms of, but Venezuela needs to be liberated. I think that, usually getting involved in our people's, in our country's businesses is not what, at least the politics that I favor, libertarians, that's not your job. That's not who you're supposed to, that's not what money should be going to from your country, right? Is it true that maybe some people in Venezuela are glad? Yeah, I have no question about that. I'm pretty sure that there's several, a large percentage of people in Venezuela that would be happy to see Maduro go. But is it on the burden of the American taxpayer? I don't think so. But yeah, if you have a different opinion, let me know there below. President Donald Trump has declared the airspace over Venezuela to be closed entirely as the U.S. continues to threaten military action against the country. It could be either one. It could be an intentional, the intent to having a very quick regime change, or toppling the government, getting rid of Maduro, and having the president that was more likely to have been winning in elections had they been fair, and someone that's going to be aligned with the United States, given that it's going to be the government of the United States that allows the actual president to replace a dictator. I see that very, very likely as a pretty big political win. But I'm more suspicious here of taking these measures, closing airspace, making everything so visible. It's lending me to lean more and more towards the idea of a long conflict. A conflict that will be squeezed for every drop of money, for every single dollar they can squeeze out of it, seems to be going towards a long-term conflict. And this is not exactly good for people in Venezuela or even in the entire region. Guys, as always, if you want to learn more about this stuff, you have the channel. If you want to learn about this stuff, you have my books as well, Survival Skills and Surviving the Economic Collapse, in the links right there below. Have a great day. Take care.